Malloy. I'm the Research Development Manager at WISES, so if you've met me, you know that I love talking to you about how WISES can help you with writing grant proposals to support your research. So if you haven't yet met me, then come and say hi to me afterwards. I'd love to meet you. And I'm here to present the student awards. Can we just have a round of applause for all the students who presented during this conference? I hope that you've had the opportunity to see the student posters and innovation showcase yesterday and talk to the students about their research. I mean, what an amazing showcase of all the research that's taking place on our campuses. It's just amazing.
You're not ready.
Okay.
So I think you're on the safety.
Oh, okay, so I will hand you over to Arjun.
Apparently, they want to get me off the stage quickly and get you out of here. So I'm doing part of my closing remarks right now while the judges are still deliberating. So, it's been an incredible symposium. I'm just really amazed with every year what I see from all of you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming, for your attendance, your participation. I think everybody just embraces some of the things that we do and when we try new things, and so it's a lot of fun. Congratulations again to our innovation champions and Innovator Year award winners. These are some of the people who are doing very interesting work, and I hope you connect with them and collaborate, because they're people who can kind of help you think about how you're doing your work. And a final thank you to all of our sponsors. I mean, again, we're so grateful for our event sponsors. If you see them on your way out, please thank them. And thank you to Monona Terrace and their staff, who've just done a terrific job in supporting us in the background. It's really been, an incredible venue for us this year. And of course, thank you to our WISES staff. They're unbelievable. It makes my work every day a joy and very easy. So let's give them all a round of applause. I can tell you that they take this event every year so seriously. It's so fun to watch what they're doing, the amount of planning that they put into it, and then as we get to the day, there's these thousands of bags in our office, and it's all very organized. So it's very impressive. They're just terrific. So I just wanted to give you a couple of thoughts, observations from the event this year. And it's interesting, I learn, and I think all of us learn something every year. I think, from the faculty, I was sitting here thinking about how much you embrace this conference in so many different ways. I'm so impressed with the diverse faculty that come here and the ideas, and that you really, take this in a way, in the spirit that it's given, and trying new things. And I so appreciate that. Liz Glogowski, who we one of our keynote speakers with the panel that we had today, she's been on this journey with us for many, many years, and then she talked about how she went to this thing in Milwaukee and first started thinking about starting a company, something that she'd never thought that she identified with or would even consider that it would be her. And that's really pretty cool, right? Because I think that the idea that you guys can do anything and you have those talents and that we're helping you on that journey is really pretty fun. And then I was talking to another faculty member about forward agriculture, and they were like, that's really interesting, but it doesn't really apply to me. And then, we talked a little bit longer and talked about how, there's, when you think about, yes, agriculture is the big topic, but, all areas of science fit under that, right? That's what innovation is about, right? Like, how are we thinking about our area and how does it apply in different areas? And I think that he started to kind of come around, and then all of a sudden he's thinking about, oh, well, I could think about, in this industry, there's this waste stream, and how would we get that to kind of, support the agriculture field, and, that they could use this. So, you never know where these things are going, and again, I appreciate that all of you are open to that you're, open to the idea of how can we think about these things differently. Just listening to the students every year. I think Dave Ward talked about it. We, on our journey at WISES, we started with this narrow area of finding faculty members who could invent things. And then we've kind of really broadened it to say, how do we innovate? How do we support people that are innovating? And how exciting is that to see, all the student, that discovery for us, that a third of our inventions were coming, from students, and that we need to really embrace that. And so when this conference started, we were maybe getting a couple of students every year. Now more than a majority of the conference are students. And look at what you guys are doing. It's unbelievable. Yaks and yak heads. I just learn about these things. Algae candy, microplastics in space. And you always do something new that kind of, it's like, yeah, you are innovative. We just had a quick pitch with a hype man. I mean, that was really creative for them to think about, how do they talk together and have somebody in the background doing some, explaining what they're doing. So, I do public speaking as part of my job and as a living, and I can tell you that my staff would tell you how competitive I am. Yeah, well, don't ask them that. But I don't think I could compete with these students. I mean, to be able to get up here and talk about such complex work in 3 minutes or less, that is really something. And I think back to being an undergraduate, I can't even imagine standing in front of a poster and talking about with such depth the work that you do. It's just really amazing and very impressive. And then I wanted to leave you with one, thought about, some student work that I learned about. So I knew that the work was going on. We've talked about how we support prototyping, and in collaboration with UW-Platteville, that's one area where we do it. And I learned about that, this project that this student has been working on for several years. So, I mean, first of all, think about that how they're really just persevering, and they're thinking about this 2-stroke engine. And holy moly. But how do you even do that, right? So I didn't know that not only they're working with the prototyping center, but they built something in their backyard, like a foundry, to be able to create these prototypes. Now that's an incredible ingenuity. So, just keep doing what you're doing and understand that there are no barriers, and it's amazing. I'm just really excited about seeing what the next 25 years looks like with all of the great innovations that you all do. Are we ready for awards? Awesome. Thank you. I know you're worried, but I will get the last word.
Well, the results are all in. So, first of all is second place in the Innovation Showcase goes to Ryan Hoffman and Hayley Tlusty from UW-Eau Claire for their project Enhancing Surgical Training and Patient Outcomes Using Customizable 3D Printed Surgical Models for Minimally Invasive Catheter Procedures. first place in the Innovation Showcase goes to Alka Lacadia from UW-Madison for the project Dermavision. Okay, moving on to the posters. In third place is William Bevers from UW-Eau Claire with the project Development of a Medical Cooling Pad for Post-Surgical Pain Management. Second place in the poster showcase is Lewis McDougall from UW-Madison for the project Fractionation Strategies for Enhancing the Utilization of Whey Protein Phospholipid Concentrate. Looks like Lewis is not here, so we will move on to first place in the poster showcase, which goes to Fashion Raid from UW-Eau Claire for the project Three-Dimensional Printed Transdermal Microneedles for Allergen Immunotherapy.
So we have the Tim Higgins Award that we're going to announce. And so I just want to, every year I talk about this, but there's so many new people and it's worth kind of repeating. Tim has been just a tireless supporter of WISIS. He was part of he's a Regent Emeritus of the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System. He was part of the WISIS Advisory Board. And when I first started 11 years ago, he interviewed me. He was part of the interviewing team as I went to UW River Falls. And ever since that moment, I feel like he's been following me around the state because wherever I go, I see him. And he's another one of those. I feel like I have so many people that I see, and including all of you, that have these time changers or something. I don't know how you have the time to do the things that you do, but I don't know how Tim, as a regent, had the time to do what he does, of being present. I think that I talked about how leadership matters, and leaders being present is really important, and he's there. He's been at our conferences throughout the year. If you gave me 15, 20 minutes, an hour, I could keep talking about all of the involvement that he's had. I remember, I'll just give you one. I remember sitting down at one of the breakfasts at one of the conferences, and we were sitting with Tim Higgins and with Dean Van Gale and a chancellor of the university, and we just had two students there that were so engaged and excited to be able to interact with that kind of leadership. And so we're just so grateful. Tim has agreed to endow this award, and just continues to show his engagement in not only in WISIS, but in the universities of Wisconsin, and how passionate he is about higher education, research, innovation, and how important that is to all of us. So thank you, Tim. I want to invite you up.
Well, thank you, Arch, and I certainly appreciate the kind words, and I'm going to be kind to all of you by using very few words. First, I want to say thank you to WISES for the evolution that's taken place over these 25 years. I want to say thank you to WARF for its 100th anniversary and for supporting WISES over these 25 years. And I want to say thank you to all of you for being engines of economic development in the state of Wisconsin, both students and faculty. And I think it's very important that we continue to give our legislators who handle the budget for the university the message that your faculty mentors are doing this on their own time, and that there shouldn't be an attitude about, oh, faculty really don't do anything except teach a couple of classes, because that's not how it works. And you who are students know how much time and effort your mentor faculty put in to helping you do the kinds of things you do. So thanks to all of you for that. Now, without further ado, the Tim Higgins Award goes to Jacob Slinde, UW-Whitewater. And I'm going to try to do this corrosion-resistant and osteoinductive titanium implants using low-cost silicide coatings. So,
said this, but the award is given to the poster that has the greatest commercial relevance. So that's how we kind of thought about that particular award.
Okay, well, on to the quick pitch winners. So first up, we have the People's Choice Award, which is the award that all of you voted on, and the votes are in. And the winner of the People's Choice Award is Prachi Sakaria from UW South, with the project Exploring Microalgae Influenced Hard Candy. Okay, and in third place in the quick pitch competition is Riley Klippel from UW-Platteville. The project How Gender Moderates Perceptions Regarding Intimate Partner Violence. In second place is Natalie Frank from UW-Whitewater. With the project Laryngeal Height and Laryngeal Aperture as a signature of classical singing and contemporary singing. One more. In first place And the quick pitch competition is Shane Kinson from UW Oxford. Noise stick.
I can hear you. Well, that concludes, our festivities. We're kind of on time, aren't we? Once again, thank you so much for coming to Madison and to Spark. Make sure you check out our website in the coming months for announcements about Spark 2026. And I want you to just keep doing what you're doing. Spread the word, right? And here's to the next 25 years of innovation. Thank you.